5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's about to get dirty in here. Heavy. Wow.
DJ.
Joke live.
You deliver. Come on, look at you. Laying out the question.
I love it.
Put the water around me. I'm coming from the
Welcome to the side.
All right, what's happening, Metalheads? Welcome to an interview edition of the Electric Circus radio show right here at MetalMessiahRadio.com on this Friday night. Okay, here with me tonight, I have Emiliano Gomes, lead vocalist of the band Mofo. Emiliano is here to talk about his band Mofo. Mofo is a thrash metal band from Brazil, formed in 2010. Mofo is a young band, but with their sound and the new album, they sound like savvy veterans on the thrash metal scene. Emiliano, welcome to the Electric Circus radio show right here at MetalMessiahRadio.com. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing fine. Thanks a lot for the opportunity, Joker. It's a pleasure for me to be here and to spread the metal word all over the world, our Mofo word.
So, brother, how are you and the guys in the band dealing with the virus pandemic going on? How are you dealing with it?
Right now, it's complicated for everyone. We couldn't even play our debut concert for the album because due to the coronavirus and the COVID-19. But right now, we are focusing on, how can I say, producing more material, like composing more songs, thinking about lyric videos, web clips, and doing a lot of, how can I say, these social media stuff, like sending emails to all people all over the world, asking for reviews, asking to post our songs on Facebook, MySpace, and everywhere. So we are doing this end work, sending out our material all over the world and spreading.
Emiliano, please tell us about the new album, Sick and Insane, which was just released April the 1st, 2020. Tell us about it.
So this is our first full-length album. Before we had just an EP, an extended play, with 5 tracks named Empire of Self-Regard that we recorded on 2017. Even if we have like 10 years of a band, we started a band when we were like 15, 16, so we didn't have a lot of expertise of music, and also we didn't have money. Nowadays it's easier because we have jobs, we have cars, money. So this album, Sick and Insane, is very special for us. We talk about a lot of a variety of themes that affect society, like betrayal, war, cults, revenge, and much more. And we hope to reveal the craziest and darkest sides that our insane society has. And it's like showing what we are. So we see, well, we really are this kind of shit.
What was the process like on the album and developing the songs and figuring out who's playing what on the new album?
So we are a Brazilian thrash metal band, and we have 5 members that, like me, myself, I just sing. Pedro Dinis just play the bass. Colonna just played the lead and solo guitar. João, Paulo, Mancha, drummer, just play drums, and Rodrigo, Shakal just play also the guitars. When as for composing, the songs have 2 main stages. The first one is fairly individual. Someone usually writes a riff or main idea of a song, then this process spread around the rest of the band for new ideas or touch-ups, and we work on that until it's about 70 or 80% of the song is complete before we go to the studio to finish it up. Once we are in the studios, we do the last part of the work. So, I think you can play that part faster. I think this compass you can double. Or I think the song is way too big. I think we could. So, also this part of community creation.
Nice, very cool. How did you get the name Mofo? What is the origin of Mofo, the name of the band?
That's an intriguing question because a lot of people know that Mofo in English is motherfuckers.
Right.
But Mofo in Portuguese, it's mode. So when we went at the beginning, the band was called Caterpin, like almost Caterpie of the Pokemon franchise. Mm-hmm. But then we started to talk, what name? Everyone has a name, me, you, my mom, so we need a real name. And one of the fathers of one of the guitarists said, why don't you put Mofo, like mode? And we think, that's a shitty idea. But no one has a better name. And then we heard once, twice, then Mofo sounds good. Mofo, it's aggressive, it's simple, so we learn to love this name.
Yeah, the Mofo name is very metal. I love the name, and it stands out, and it's in capital letters too also, so very cool. Please tell us about the producer on Sick and Insane and the mixing and the mastering of this great album.
So we don't have a producer. We are a 100% independent band. But if any producers are listening to this interview and want to produce us, we are interested. We are open to that. We recorded in the Texas studios from our friend Victor Omidas, known as Shakal. He also did the mixing and the master. He also playing the bands The Golo, Dark Razor, Second of Slice. You must check them out. They are very nice bands. And he's a very talented guy. He can play like any instrument, like drums, guitar, bass, boards. And he knows a lot of this mastering and mixing stuff.
Who did the fabulous cover art for the album?
Brazilian artist called Ricardo Bancaleiro. You can check out in bank.art in Instagram. We gave some ideas about we want to show a very creative society. We sent them our songs so he could listen to it and then had some ideas.
I got a couple of questions from our brother Victor Augusto, which he is a band reviewer online and a great friend of ours. The bass lines appear in many parts, and they are very independent from the guitar sometimes. Did the band ask for it, or was it a natural process from Pedro Dinis, the bass player?
Well, a very good question, Victor. A hug to you. So the result of the compositions of this album was a mixture of the two situations, I guess. The band always had this impetus in the compositions to make the bass one more element than just follow the drums. And we always encourage and ask Pedro to show the skills he has. So, Pedro, are you listening to a lot of death metal? Are you listening to some, jazz, groove, bass? You want to put in the song, put it. You have 100% space in the band to put your line of bass, your work, your ideas. So we always ask for everyone in the band to bring some new ideas to really explore their instruments.
And the second question from Brother Victor Augusto, the band is very open to receive opinion about the album, even when it is a bad opinion. You guys receive it very well and work on it. What can you tell us, example, that they changed for the better after received a bad review? How do you respond to a good or bad review?
I guess we as people and as musicians, we always seek our better version, and to achieve that, a good way is through feedbacks. As cruel as criticism could be, it's also liberating, because it all helps you to get better and move on. We got better in a lot of things after feedbacks. I guess you can name compositions, live performance, the way we use our digital medias, financially, everything. Once we were practice, me and Shakal, and he said to me, "Emiliano, you have to stop imitating people and seek your own voice, your own style of singing." And at the beginning, I was very, whoa, I'm just a cheap imitation of singers. But as cruel as that helped me a lot in my musical development.
Right. What are the ages of every member of the band? What are your ages?
So we are from 23 years old to 38. Each one of us, people must find out.
Okay, switching gears a little bit here. Previously, in 2017, Mofo had an EP called it was called Empire of Self. Please tell us about it and what are the main topics of the songs on that EP, and how are those songs related to on the new album?
So this song talks about various topics. This is as an EP. There was not a lot of connection between the songs because we just had 5 songs, so we wanted to show a wide range of ideas. So we talk about like hell, like a figurative language, ourselves, our mind is a hell, our everyday lives as a hell. People who have power that oppress and watch over people. An American troupe of aviators composed only of black people called Black Squad is also a song in the EP. And we also have a song called We Are Metal that we talk about the metal scene and we claim for more union in our scene of metal. I guess in the first EP we recorded, we were just a very raw thrash metal band. And after this EP, we wanted to add more spiciness of that. So we didn't want to be just a normal thrash metal 80s Bay Area band. We want to incorporate more death metal contributions, hard rock contributions, even Brazilian styles.
I read you guys had awards for some of your performing. Please tell us about that.
We have already received some nominations for Best CD of the year 2017 with our EP, Empire of Self-Regard. In terms of live performance, we like to say that our show is actually an experience, not just a show. We are crazy and we have already done a lot of insane things on stage. Also, some of us, like João, Paulo, Mancha, were nominated as Drummer of the Year, Best Guitarist of the Year. And one day I hope everyone that are listening to us can check out one of our concerts. Hope to be in the US soon.
Your band Mofo musical work is similar to North American thrash metal old school bands, but with some influence of crossover and hardcore as well, showing influence of names of Slayer, Anthrax, Exodus, DRI, and Nuclear Assault. Please tell us about those influences.
So yeah, we are a thrash metal band and have a great influence from the North American thrash band, old school, 80s Bay Area. But we also like to add some other sources like hardcore, death metal, and try to create some very unique and particular from this mixture. In our CD, Sick and Insane, we also bring some characteristic Brazilian rhythms that we put such as Arrocha and Maracatu. You can check in some songs.
Please tell us about the music scene in Brazil coming up as a band. What's it like?
I guess nowadays the music scene, it's like, I guess the music scene is like every industry. So industry must have a profit. And there are not so much space like rock and roll, heavy metal, thrash metal. So most places are just small pubs, and most big concerts are mostly from Euro bands and American bands in Brazil. But yeah, it's, I think it's getting worse, and people are there are not many new people going to concerts. They prefer to go to electronic raves and to, I don't know, pop concerts. So it's a little bit hard, but we do what we love, and we can choose what we love.
Emiliano, how did you get started from the beginning? Who made you want to be a singer? Who are the leading frontmen you look up to that you were in that made you want to be in a band and be a lead vocalist in a thrash metal band?
I have always liked art and music in particular. When I was a child, I tried to play bass, guitar, drums, but I was never very good at anything. And in parallel, I always liked theater. And then I was a child that did several years of theater classes in a company for children. So when I was 13 years, in my school, we had something like cultural break. All the students could perform some cultural activity, and some friends from me were making a band, and they invited me to sing. They say, I think you could be a good singer, let's go try. Then we play things like Twisted Metal, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Beatles, and everyone liked. And I was like, whoa, maybe I can be a singer. Because I always loved music, but I was never good at doing. So after that little concert at school, I started to attend to singing classes. And then I met Shakal, the J0KeR, our guitarist, and he told me, I have a band and we don't have a singer. Why not join in? So we started our music development like that. And also, besides being a thrash metal singer, I also studied at the Brazilian music school as a classic singing student. So I like to study a lot, to know a lot of styles. And I see that the singer has a key role in conducting the show, the concert, because he is a great interlocutor between the public and the band. And singers that get a lot of inspiration from are Bobby Blitz, Chuck Billy, Randy Blythe, Roddy Walker, and much more.
Please tell us about your mic and the company that makes it, and why do you love that kind of mic so much? And please tell us any Pro Tools you love to use in recording.
I use a Shure PG58 wireless. I really like this microphone because it has a great frequency response directionally and a very, very great price. So for me, it's the best wireless microphone price benefits. Because I'm very active vocalist, I like to jump, I like to run, I like to dive mosh in the front of the people. So I really need a wireless microphone. I don't have my own record equipment, so I always use the studio that we record has to offer. One day when I want to have my own equipment, but right now I don't have any really good Pro Tools to record.
Please tell us the name of the recording studio that you guys record in.
We record in a Texas studio in Brazil. It's a small studio, but there was like all the equipment that we need. The worst part to record was that when you record the vocals, you couldn't use air conditioner because the sound of the air conditioner interfere in the frequencies of your voice. So it was like 38 degrees and I couldn't use air conditioner. I was like sweating all the time. That was very complicated. And also I live in a city that is like a desert. So it's like 20-30% of water steam in the air. So it was very, very hard. But it was nice. It was a nice process. Recording it's always very challenging, but also very satisfying.
Emiliano, please tell us how you work on your vocals. Is there any special routine you go through to maintain a powerful voice, especially when it's recording time in the studio?
First of all, if you want to be a singer, you have to do physical activities like running, swimming, because you have to have a good cardio. Also, I do exercises every day, so like Vocaloids, like and even more challenging ones like gutturals, drives, and stuff. So I don't have like a everyday routine, but every day I exercise myself, and also it's very important to have a good cardio.
Switching gears a little bit here, what is your favorite part about this line of work, being in a thrash metal band?
My favorite part in being a thrash metal band is bringing fun, nice moment, an important message to people. Music for me is so valuable and intriguing because it awakens unique emotions in each of one of us. And I see myself as a carrier of this mass of emotion bringers. So also love the incredible people that we met and the moments we have in this musical journey. It's amazing.
Emiliano, where do you see your band in the near future? Your goals on where you want to be as a band and a vocalist?
Right now, we don't live from the band income. Everyone has their own jobs, and we also have the band. So my love is to make a living from the band, from every one of us. And in the near future, I see us producing more material, like lyric videos, clips, and playing in more cities around the world, like Europe, United States. And our big mission is to play one day on Wacken. It's our goal, ultimate goal, I guess.
Please tell us about some live shows y'all had in the past and what was your favorite venues to play at and what was the fan response like when you performed live at those events?
We have already played in some like big festivals here in Brazil. We play with Sepultura, we play with Master, but we also play any kind of concert, like small concert, like concerts that we don't earn any money. We give money for social institutions like NGOs to help people with hunger that has no medicine. And I really like when the people are motivated, like they start to bang, they start to drink, to shout. I like a very active crowd, I guess.
Right. What is your thoughts on the music industry today?
I guess the music industry is like every other industry. They just want to make a profit. And nowadays, what gives more profits are pop music and electronic music. So our times like MTV, rock and roll, displaying on TV is not... I guess the rock is really dying, and we have to do something to lift up. And I guess that's very complicated topic. But yeah, we are responsible to carry this rock legacy, metal legacy all over the world.
Okay, record
centuries.
companies. Have you approached any top labels, and what's the process like approaching a label to get them to sign you? What's the process like of the whole thing?
We haven't done that already because we have like just released our first album, so we are already thinking about marketing strategies. So playing with some guitars or some brands from clothes, from drumsticks. We also need to produce more like clips, lyric videos. So right now, before we get these kind of labels, we need to produce more materials, I guess, because this is our first full-length CD.
Right. Who does your websites and your social media pages? Who's the administrator on them, and who edits and uploads your lyric videos and such on YouTube?
First, we had like a accessory. I don't know if this is correct word. Who do our digital process of spreading our material over the internet, the metal pages, metal radios. But nowadays we're doing this process alone. Each one of us in the band, we do all the work. So when we released our CD, we go into Google, search like webzines, metal page reviews, big magazines, small magazines, YouTube channels, Facebook channels. So we are doing this DIY work of ourselves. Because the money we were investing in this digital accessory, we are investing in producing more music, producing more clips, lyric videos, and that kind of stuff.
What advice would you have to give to new and up and coming bands from Brazil? What advice would you give to bands coming up on the scene?
Don't give up. It's a very complicated and difficult scene we have, the metal scene. But don't give up, don't stop dreaming or fighting. It works, and if you professionalize, produce good material, study hard, and invest in yourselves, in courses, in your own music, in production, it is going to work. It has space for good artists, I guess.
Please tell us about any upcoming shows or events soon as, the coronavirus lockdown is over with and everybody can go back to normal life. Please tell us about some shows that you might do or some that you were going to do before the coronavirus pandemic started.
We had some shows like our debut CD concert, but right now we don't know in September, in October, in January next year. So our agenda is totally open. We know we are going to play a lot because we are a very active band. In the last year we played like almost every weekend. A lot of times Fridays, Sundays, Saturday. But yeah, we don't have like any kind of timetables or dates due to the coronavirus and the COVID-19.
Please tell us where the fans can get access to your music and buy your music, and give a plug on all your websites, please.
Okay, so you can buy your music on Bandcamp. It helps us a lot, really, because the money really go to us. And you can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We're very active in that platforms. Just have to look at Mofo Trash. So Instagram.com, Mofo Trash, Facebook.com, Mofo Trash, YouTube, Mofo Trash, like trash metal. So yeah, check us out. We are releasing and producing a lot of music and stuff to your enjoyment.
Are there any plans for a merchandise store where people can buy accessories, and T-shirts and stickers and stuff like that? Are there any plans for that, or do you have any?
We have a web store on Facebook. we have to update the store because we produce a lot of shorts, jackets, shirts, physical CDs, but due to the coronavirus, we're waiting for the new stuff. So just have to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. You'll see everything.
Please give shout outs to your fans and fans to be.
Check us out, and don't forget to wash your hands, to stay at home, and metal.
Awesome. Emiliano, it's been a pleasure and an honor having you on the show here with us tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for doing this interview with us here at MetalMessiahRadio.com on the Electric Circus radio show. Best of luck to you guys and Mofo. You're more than welcome to come back on the show when the next offering comes out.
Thanks a lot for the opportunity, Joker. We always have to give a hug and the compliments for the media, everyone in the radios, Facebook pages, webzines, magazines. We're a very important part of this chain production of metal. So we're very glad to be here and to spread the metal word with you.
I'm going to play 3 new songs from the new offering. I'm going to play Adrenaline, Brothers of Death, and the self-title of the album name, the song Sick and Insane. Please briefly tell us about those 3 songs.
Okay, the first song, Adrenaline, it's about our addiction of adrenaline. So always going through hard and difficult situations, but we always need more and more and more. So it's not just about adrenaline, but more about addiction, because we always need more and more and more. It's a very fast song, a very nice song. The second one, Brothers of Death, it's a very intriguing song. I made the lyrics of that one, and it tells a story about 2 brothers, and they look to each other, why we don't kill everyone in the planet? The people in the band told to me that this is like a horror trash movie of the 80s, you know, right. With these bad plots and bad ideas. And the composition is very nice. And the last song, Sick and Insane, it's one of the best songs in the city, if it's not better, and tells about the people that has no power and has difficulty in everyday life. When they get this power, they do the same horror stuff of the people who had the power. So yeah, this system never changes because we are always sick and insane.
All right, again, thank you, Emiliano, and the best of luck to you guys. Coming up next, everyone, I got a new song by Mofo with 2 more following. Here is Adrenaline. Crank it up and get your metal on.
Hello people, Emiliano here from the band Mofo, trash from Brazil, and you're listening to J0KeR's Electric Circus at Metal Messiah Radio.
Time to replace
here's the self-titled track from the new album by Mofo, Brazilian thrash metal, baby. Here is the title track of the album, Sick and Insane.
J0KeR's Electric Circus Radio Show presents the featured bands of the week from the Metal Music Underground, with new releases out now here at MetalMessiahRadio.com. Your Metal Music Messiah.